Hi, everybody. April here, and I want to welcome those that are here that are a part of our Zoom webinar for animal totems. And I want to welcome you and share the information with you as we're going to be discussing a little bit more about animals and animal totems and how to understand them and how to work with them. As I said in the intro a little bit about this, that we're going to talk about animal totems, and we'll also talk about what a totem animal is, because there is a complete difference between them. And they are similar, but yet they're different. One has more of a personal, strong connection with you, and then animal totems are what we actually work with over periods of time. Maybe a certain issue that we're working on in life, and the animal totems will come in and help us, and they'll share their medicine with us in that particular kind of situation. Where a totem animal is that totem animal that we were born aligned with, to work with, and sometimes there's a couple of them, that they are kind of like a guardian angel, if you will, and on your quest and on your journey. So that's the difference. That's the difference between the two. My name's April, and I want to welcome you. I have been an intuitive mentor coach for a number of years. I teach many classes. I'm the founder of University of Metaphysical Arts, have Solterra essences, essential oils, and many different fields of work that I do. And if you ever want to find out about me, it's aprillugophd.com. And if you want to send me an email, it's aprillugophd@yahoo.com. All right, I'm going to go ahead, and I mentioned in our topics that we want to get some really good material to work with and to use to help us understand a little bit more about maybe what that animal totem is trying to share with us. So I brought a couple of books with me to share with you. Animal Spirit Guides. This is by Stephen D. Farmer. And it's got some really good information in here about specific animals, what there are, what their medicine is, that type of thing. For quail shows up, it means stay away from junk food and fast food for a week. Instead, eat nourishing and healthy foods. Perhaps preparing some of these yourself. And then it tells you how you can work with the quail. You can receive all kinds of gifts that nurture and nourish you. You're in front of it, and it's just actually really, this one has a lot of different information. I like this book a lot. I work with this book. Animal Totems, The Power and Prophecy of Animal Guides. This is how they guide us. Remember I told you, I said, when we work with animal totems, they often are sharing their medicine with us. Their medicine is actually their guidance. What is their strength? What is their purpose? Dolphin, for example, this one it came up to dolphin. The abundant mythology for question into dolphin for a second. There we go. I think we lost connection for a second there. Dolphin is myth and folklore. Back at least to the Greeks, they believed the dolphins were gods and goddesses. So it's got some really good information in it as well. Another one is Animal Wise. Oh, and that one was by Trish McGregor and Millie Giomondo. Anyhow. Then there's Animal Wise, which is Ted Andrews. It's a companion book for his Animal Speaks. This is a very popular book. People use this one a lot when they're working with animals. It really has a lot of different information in it and gives you a lot of information as to what that animal totem is all about. And then one of the other books that I like a lot is the Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews. And I like it for the sake that, for example, it has what the card is, that of course that it's aligned with, but I like it because it shares also the message of what that animal means, like cougar, coming into your own power, And, you know, because we're not talking about the tarot, I'm not going to go that direction, but that's kind of what this book is about. So I recommend any one of those or all of those. I used to have a couple other books that I've seemed to either decided I don't use anymore or I've misplaced. So those are just a couple of things that I wanted to make sure we talked about. When you work with animals, what you want to do is you want to watch for repetitive signs. What do you see over and over and over? Now, now in your own environment, you may not be apt to see an elephant. So you're going to notice when you see a cloud in the sky that looks totally like an elephant, and then you see a woman in the restaurant who has on this absolutely gorgeous necklace, and it's an elephant. And then you happen to be walking by a store window, and you see an elephant. Now, that's a very obvious repetitive sign that you're seeing outside of your normal atmosphere, your normal environment, your normal everyday. Now, in your normal everyday, the animals are going to give you signs. They're going to give you things as well. By walking along, you'll find a feather. You may find a clump of fur. Different things like that. You'll have visuals you'll see, and you'll be like, oh, I get it. I understand it now. You'll see it when it comes in repetitively. That's when they're really wanting to align with you. That's when they're really trying to give you the message. And sometimes it takes us a while to catch it, but if we really watch and we really stay on top of it, 3 is kind of the magic number. When you see or get something that's repetitive in painting, when you see or do something repetitively, it'll show itself like 3 times. Then you will understand, that animal totem has been trying to give me a message. One of the things you can do is keep a notebook and just kind of start keeping track of things. Like if you find feathers, if you find a piece of fur, maybe stick it in a page of your notebook and keep it and know that it's kind of like your gift from them, and it's trying to get your attention so that you can align with the energy and with what that animal is trying to share with you and show you. What I suggest to people is that in your notebook you put down the date that you found it or you got it or you saw it, or, today I was flying down the road and had a raven come flying right at the windshield of my truck. I think raven's trying to get your attention. I was walking, from my front door to my car. There was a raven feather on the ground. Look for those type of things. Observe the universe that's around you. Look for it because it's there to give to you. A lot of times we just walk right over it and step right over it. And unless it's there for us, then we're going to see it. But I also put down the date, what was observed, and then what were you given? What did you see? What happened? I saw a bird, and then I saw a shirt with a bird on it. Horses, the horses in the pasture haven't been out by the road forever. Here they are. They're right there, standing there looking at you. Things like that. Watch for the repetitive signs. Keep track of them so that it can start giving you a little bit more guidance into what is aligning with you. You want to do that for about 3 days, and it'll help you get a really good, strong feel for what's going on. You may find all of a sudden when you become consciously aware of this, you may find that all of a sudden they're everywhere. And you're getting, it's like, my notebook's full in 3 days. Great. Go back through, look for the repetitive patterns. What came in 3s? What did you see in 3s? And then when we work with the medicine of it, for example, let's go ahead and we'll go back to this first book that I showed you. And so, Osprey. I pulled open to Osprey. Once you've surveyed the possibilities before you and one grabs your interest, dive in and go for it. So Osprey's trying to give you the message of go for it. It's time to, really take the step and make it happen. And those are the kind of things that can happen when you're working with a totem animal. Your body is calling for the kind of nutrition that fish can provide. So include seafood in your diet at least twice a week. And that's what I like about this particular book, is he addresses it on a lot of different levels, different angles of our bodies and who we are. So maybe Osprey's trying to give you the message of, hey, you need to really look at your diet. You need to look what's going on. Maybe you need to get a little bit more something else in there. Eat certifiable organic food as much as possible. As your system is delicate right now, this is an opportune time to immerse yourself in the creative energy, channeling it into a form of artistic expression that suits you. So as you can see, that's their medicine. That's their message. That's what they're trying to give us. And there's more to it, but just kind of to give you an idea. So when you're working with an animal totem, that's what they're doing. They're trying to give you a message. They're trying to give you insight. They're trying to really help you. Your totem animal now, on the other hand, is that, I'm going to call it like a guardian angel that has come in with you, that is there to help you, to protect you. You'll see them continually throughout life. You'll actually kind of almost begin to have like an affinity for them as you're going through your life. And that's what's kind of an important part of it, is that when you see them and it's like, wow, I really need that picture. Wow, I really need that t-shirt. Wow, that I can really feel the energy of that animal around me. That's your totem animal. That's the one who's aligned with you. Yes, they're sharing their medicine with you, but they are more there all the time. It's not like repetitive signs of it. They're just there. And you feel really aligned to it. You feel really connected to it. You feel really almost possessed with having that animal's energy around you when you're working with your totem animal. Let's see. It was an agreement that you had prior to your life experience that they would come with you. The totem animal is one that you just know that they're for you. They will help protect you, they'll guide you, and they will have special meaning to your heart. My totem animal is white wolf. I've worked with white wolf for years and years and years. I love wolf as a whole, but the white wolf really speaks to me. And when I was very young, there was an experience where I was had with a wolf, and it was a white wolf, and so repetitively I'll align with the energy of the white wolf, and I just know that is my totem animal. Totem animals that we encounter in our everyday lives, lessons, and journeys are there to help us along the way. Okay, like I was telling you, you can either have a repetitive sign of them coming in and out. You can have things happen here and there. Those are just situations that you're going to look for. Some of the repetitive signs that you can see, a feather on the ground or a gift on the ground or something that's there, a physical manifestation of the animal. Actually seeing them, actually having them, hearing them, that's another big one. A lot of times, I had forgotten that, a lot of times you'll actually hear, a howl of a wolf, a cry of a coyote, a bark of a dog, a quack of a duck. Those are some of the ways that you'll get that message as well. Seeing pictures of them, whatever can be considered a gift from them is for you. A shell. So look for things that are going to give you a little bit of knowledge. You might have been walking along and found this really cool pine cone, and you look at it and you're like, wow, this is really beautiful. And you look up in the tree and there sits a blue jay. The pine cone got my attention so the blue jay could share their message with me, so I could share their meaning with me. Look at the clouds. See what are formations in the clouds. Those are different ways and different things that you can do that are going to give you a little bit more of working with totem or animal totems. So hopefully that has given you all some insight and some knowledge into animal totems. I apologize that we had a problem with our previous planned meeting, but we've got to do this one. Listen and follow your guided meditation. And also, when you do meditation, ask for the animals to come forward to you. If you're looking for the animal totems for their help, ask them to show themselves to you. Ask them to give you the message and then to put you in the right place that you can receive that information. Look for those things that you can do that are in the right situations for it. when you're quieting your mind and you're allowing yourself to just center and focus, you can work with your animal totems and the totem animals. So I encourage you to do so and have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks for joining us during the webinar, and have an awesome, awesome day.